Welcome back. Now that we have tweaked our ocean, we're going to prepare the boat for the use in the simulation. First of all, we're going to duplicate these two nodes here, because as mentioned earlier, we're going to have a separate simulation for the boat motion. That's why we're going to duplicate the simulation network and also the guided ocean layer initial, because we want to have slightly different settings here in the ocean source node. Okay, so let's select them and duplicate the two. As always on Houdini, all the connections inside will be updated correctly so that now these two nodes are referring to the other one. Okay, so let's rename this here to boat and this one here as well, just to keep it clean. And also what we're going to do is inside here we have the ocean spectrum. So just in case that we're gonna change the ocean spectrum once more, we wanna also have the changes here. So let's just do an object merge and let's merge the other ocean spectrum in here. So from the guided ocean layer initial, we're going to select the merge spectra node and merge it in. Connect these two connections. Okay, so we don't need that stuff anymore. You can just delete it, put them here. So now we are safe that always the latest spectrum information is used. Okay, let's jump one step up here. And now we're going to take a look what we need to do to our boat so that we can use it in the guided ocean layer sim. At the moment, it's just a static object, and that's not what we want here because, as mentioned, we want to simulate the boat. So it needs to be an active rigid body object. But first, we need to prepare it a bit more, because at the moment we have all the detail here, so all these bars and so on, we don't need it. So let's isolate just this part here of the boat. To do it quickly, let's drop down an assemble node, connect it here, and let's say create packed geometry. If you're not familiar with the concept of packed geometry, this assemble node just looks up which geometry is connected, and then it will create from every piece of connected geometry one primitive. So in the end we only have 77 primitives. Before it was about 9,700 primitives. Packed geometry is really memory efficient, but there are some limitations to modifying it. At this moment we are just using it to isolate the connected parts, which is really useful. So as you can see now, we can just hover over the different connected parts. So select this part here, hit the delete key and tick on delete non-selected, and then we just keep this part of the boat, what's exactly what we need for our simulation. Okay, so jump back up, and as I already mentioned, we don't need the static object here, so just delete it and make sure that down here the little tick here is at the guided ocean layer sim boat simulation. So every shelf tool we will use now will drop it inside this simulation here. So let's